Hi, the SI meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Thursday, May 30th. Hot and humid weather will continue today in the Mid-Atlantic region and really right through most of the weekend. A cold front will approach the East Coast by about Sunday night, associated with some showers and perhaps some strong thunderstorms Sunday night into Monday. It'll turn cooler early next week behind that frontal system, so there is an end already in sight to the season's first heat wave here in the Mid-Atlantic region. Yesterday, the floodgates opened up and the hot and humid air poured into D.C. and Philadelphia, somewhat tempered in the New York City region, but they'll be under the gun today with temperatures at or above 90 degrees. In fact, all the way up to Boston, temperatures should reach 90 degrees this afternoon. It was great home run weather last night and in places near D.C. and Philly. In fact, the Orioles-Nationals game in Baltimore saw 8 home runs. The Phillies game against the Red Sox in South Philly featured some 5 home runs, and that kind of weather will continue for the next couple of days. Well, yesterday we did have some more severe weather in the nation's midsection. Here's kind of a summary of the storm reports reported in NOAA. Different color codes here, with the greens representing hail, blues, wind damage reports, and the reds, tornadoes. And you can see there were a couple of tornadoes here, northern Texas, southwestern Oklahoma, a couple more tornadoes, a few more reported across Kansas and Nebraska, and this same area will be under the gun this afternoon and evening, perhaps slightly shifting to the east. Places like Kansas City and St. Louis certainly can get in on severe weather today, as we still have a clash of air masses, colder air pouring in across the southern Rockies, encountering some very warm and humid air across the nation's midsection. Well, let's take a look at the 24-hour temperature change map available from the Penn State EWOL site. It really shows some interesting things going on here. First of all, the temperature change here across New England, warmer compared to yesterday morning at this same time. In other words, that warm air has now penetrated north and east far enough to reach the New England area. And again, places like Boston and Hartford should reach 90 degrees or perhaps a degree or two above that. The warmer air again has finally reached the New England area. And notice here in the middle part of the country, quite a jump in temperatures this morning compared to yesterday morning in this part of the Midwest. Meanwhile, much colder compared to yesterday morning back here. And this is the pretty indicative of the clash of air masses that will again produce some severe weather out in the nation's midsection. Colder air moving in across the southern Rockies, even some snowfall being reported this morning in higher elevations of Colorado and Wyoming, and very warm and humid air out ahead of that colder air mass, with a jump in temperatures this morning in the upper part of the Midwest, all setting the stage for potential severe weather this afternoon in the nation's heartland. Well, here's a look at the current surface map. The Bermuda High situation setting up here with southwesterly flow throughout the atmosphere in the eastern part of the country. High pressure sitting right off the east coast, pumping that warm and humid air, hot and humid air, into the Mid-Atlantic region and now the Northeast. Even New England will be quite hot over the next couple of days. And again, that'll continue until the latter part of the weekend, when this cold frontal system finally reaches the East Coast. This is the same front that is bringing some colder air into the southern Rockies. That's interacting with very warm and humid air out of the Gulf of Mexico region into the nation's heartland, setting the stage for potential more severe weather this afternoon into this evening across places like Kansas City and St. Louis in much of the heartland. This frontal system gradually moves to the east, reaching the East Coast around Sunday evening. Well, let's take a look at some GFS forecast maps. These are surface forecast maps. We'll look at tomorrow morning, Friday morning, then Saturday morning, Sunday morning, and Monday morning. 24-hour increments will follow the progression of that strong cold front that is currently in the middle part of the country, reaches the East Coast around Sunday night or so, breaking the back of the season's first heat wave by early next week. Well, this is the forecast map for tomorrow morning. Continuation of a Bermuda high pattern here, with high pressure off the East Coast, southwesterly flow just continuing to pump hot and humid air throughout the eastern states all the way up into New England. Cold frontal system gradually pressing to the east in the middle part of the country, with strong low pressure here in the northern plains, causing some significant rainfall there over the next 24 to 36 hours or so. Here's the forecast map from last night's Zero-Z GFS model run for Saturday morning. Still strong southwesterly flow, another hot and humid day in the Mid-Atlantic region with temperatures at or near 90 degrees from D.C. to Baltimore, Philadelphia, New York City. That cold front continues to press to the east slowly, but it is making headway. Low pressure continues to cause some showers and thunderstorms across the northern plains and upper part of the Midwest on Saturday morning. Now let's jump ahead to Sunday morning. And here's the forecast map for Sunday morning. By this time, the cold front is reaching the Ohio Valley. Quite a band of showers and thunderstorms in this corridor right here associated with this frontal system as it slowly moves to the east coast. Sunday will feature more clouds in the I-95 corridor from D.C. to New York City, perhaps a few degrees cooler or less hot than it will be on Saturday because of those clouds. And by the end of the day, we'll be looking to the west to see the approach of some showers and thunderstorms, and certainly by Sunday night it looks like there could be some strong thunderstorm activity associated with this cold frontal system pressing towards the east coast. Finally, here's the forecast map for Monday morning. The heat wave is broken. The cold front reaches the east coast. It may slow down a little bit, and the chance for showers and thunderstorms could linger on the day Monday in the I-95 corridor. It'll certainly be cooler on Monday, probably highs in the 70s, and that cooler weather will continue on Tuesday and perhaps Wednesday as well behind this frontal system that reaches the east coast around Sunday night. So that's it for now. For the SIweather.com, I'm the SI meteorologist, Paul Dorian.